Hey guys, it's Kim. Welcome back to today's video. So I'm doing a little drugstore review today and I am so excited about this one. I went to Walgreens the other day and I picked up some stuff from the new Wet n Wild Flight of Fancy collection. Is it Flights of Fancy or Flights? It's Flights with an S. Flights of Fancy. I love Wet n Wild. You guys know it's one of my favorite brands, like not even just drugstore, like overall favorite brand. So I wanted to pick up like one of each thing from the collection so I could give you guys a review on everything and see whether or not the items are worth it. I want to find out my thoughts on this collection, then keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not yet. It's going to be the first link down below in my description box. Also make sure you guys don't miss out on my huge 25k subscribers giveaway. It's going on right now. Also, one thing that I wanted to mention to you guys is that this collection is actually for a cause and I thought it was really cool. It says by purchasing the collection, a portion of the proceeds will be donated to the Los Angeles Audubon Society, a non-profit organization whose mission is to protect birds and their habitats. These funds will benefit a habitat restoration project for the Allen's hummingbird, an endangered California native. So I thought that was really nice. I love that there is like an animal cause behind this collection. So I found the display at my local Walgreens, so make sure you guys go check out Walgreens if you're looking for the collection. They also have it on the Wet n Wild Beauty website. You can buy like a full box of the whole collection or you can buy everything individually. I personally like looking for these collections in store because the shipping sometimes can be a little bit expensive, and I've ordered stuff from Wet n Wild's website before and it's sadly a little bit slow, especially because they're based in California. I'm in New York, so maybe if you're closer to California it would be quicker to you, but I just personally like going to the drugstore and picking it up like as soon as it comes out. It's just easier. So I picked up two of the eyeshadow palettes. The first one I got is Hasta La Costa Baby, and this one has like the purple, the blue, and a really pretty transition color, and then like a sparkly brow bone shade. I'll do swatches so you guys can see what this looks like. Then I also got Stop Ruffling My Feathers. This one definitely spoke to me. I loved like the copper shade, and the eyelid shade is like this really pretty pinky with a golden shimmer running throughout it, and then you have a pretty transition shade, like a cool transition shade, and then like a nice sparkly color right here, which I would probably use on my lid. So I'm probably going to try and use both of these to create a look today. And one more which I didn't pick up, it's called Flock Party. That one was really pretty too, but I decided to just get two, and these are only $2.99, you guys. $2.99. That is crazy affordable. Probably like the most affordable eyeshadow palettes at the drugstore right now. It just took me about like 5 minutes to pry all the tape off this thing. They seal this so well, which I actually appreciate because that means no one is sticking their grubby fingers in here to swatches. I am so happy that Wet n Wild is now including transition shades in all of their 4-pan palettes. That makes me so happy. So I'm gonna take the transition shade from this palette, which now I don't have the name anymore, but I'm gonna take this and put this in my crease with a fluffy crease brush. A little bit powdery, like when I dip my brush in, the powder flies everywhere, so hopefully that means they're soft. Oh my gosh, this is pigmented. Holy moly. You don't even need to dip your brush in as much as I did. I had a feeling they were going to be pigmented because the way the powder flew up. That's usually like an indication of a super soft eyeshadow, which I don't mind. I actually like that. That applied so nicely in the crease. Very true to color, and this is like a perfect transition shade. I'm going to try and not take as much as I did last time. And to see how much powder kicked up on there after I dipped my brush in. And I'm just placing this back and forth in the crease. There's definitely fallout with these shades. Good thing I didn't put my under eye concealer on yet, and I knew not to do that. Then there's this shade right here. It's like a bronzy shade. It says crease, but I'm going to put it right here, like on the middle part of my eye, and let's see how that applies. And just place that right like on the middle. Okay, that's showing up pretty well. Yeah, that is a pretty shade. I feel like it would be even nicer with some setting spray sprayed on there, but honestly it barely even needs it. To this eye, just applying it right on the center. I'm just gonna flip my brush around and I'm gonna take the eyelid shade right here. It's a really gorgeous shade. It's like very multi dimensional. I'm excited to see how this is on the lid. Just gonna pop that right on the first third right here. Oh, that is definitely pretty, and I like how all these eyeshadows look together. I'm actually pretty impressed with the way that these are applying. I'm trying to like pack it on the lid. It's very pigmented. I didn't even need to pick up any sort of like Fix Plus or setting spray. But just make sure you kind of like pack it on there like this to get the full pigmentation. That is super pretty. They're very soft shadows. Like I dipped my brush in a little too hard and I kind of made a dent in the center. This shade is so strange. This shade, this is Brow Bone. I thought it was going to be like a light silver, but it actually comes out to this like taupey color. I want to take this purple shade right here. I'm going to put this on the lower lash line just because I want to test it out and I want to have like a little pop. And I feel like this is such a fun, colorful collection and I want to use the colorful shades. That purple's pretty decent, but I feel like it needs a little bit of help, so I'm going to spray my brush. This again. So much better. Now it's actually like showing up. I'm gonna go back into this colorful palette and pick up the shimmery brow shade, and I'm just gonna pop that right on my brow bone. Usually I don't do like a shimmery, but why not? And I also want to pop this on the inner corner and like the tear duct. I'm going to go ahead and line my waterline with black. This is the new Pixie Eye Define waterline. I just got this in PR, so I figured I might as well use this today. Ooh, this is nice. This is very black and pigmented, and it goes right on, no skipping or any sort of issues. For my upper waterline, I'm going to take this Pixie Lashline Ink. I also got this in PR because I want to test this out as well, so I'm going to use this to do a wing today. So this is like a marker tip, which isn't my favorite because I feel like it's a little bit harder for me to apply. I think something like this is really good for someone who's just starting out with eyeliner. But for me, I find it a little bit difficult to work with. It's not the worst, but not my absolute favorite. I finished up my eyeliner off camera because it's just easier for me to get a little bit closer to the mirror. But I'm going to finish up doing my lashes and stuff, and then I'll come back and we will test out the other products in the collection. Okay, guys, so lashes are on. I'm wearing the Kiss Pixie Blowout Lashes. I love these. I feel like they definitely like kind of amped up the look and made it a little more pop. But I think my eyes came out really pretty. I like these eyeshadow palettes. However, I do think they have their faults. They're very powdery and there is some fallout, but I think for $2.99 you can't beat the price point and the quality of these. Like if you're looking for a really nice eyeshadow palette on a budget, I think these are really good, and I think they're a lot better than other drugstore eyeshadows that I've tried. Because they're powdery, it makes them a little bit more pigmented. I love that there's transition shades in here. I love that there's fun pops of colors, but you can also get like a pretty decent neutral look as well. Like that purple definitely needed a little bit of help, a little bit of setting spray to make it pop a little bit more. But honestly, I think these are really nice. Next, I'm trying out the Baked Blush in the collection, and I think this is the first time Wet n Wild came out with baked blushes. Usually in these collections they have highlighters, and I love their highlighters, so I'm hoping for the same type of love for their baked blush formula as well. I love their Color Icon blushes that are $2.99. Those are some of my favorites, so maybe these will kind of be similar. They do look very, very shimmery. I'm gonna do a swatch. They have a really cool imprint in them. It's like a bird design, looks super high-end, like something you would see at Sephora. I think that's so cool. Packaging's really cute on the front with this little zigzag print. This is in the shade Hummingbird Hype. I only got one of them. The rest were sold out. The other two, it's like a brighter deep pink and then like a lighter pink shade. It looks like a blush I would wear normally. It kind of looks more like bronzy. It's like a coppery bronze shade. I might be able to get away with like not wearing bronzer with this. So I'm going to use my Wet n Wild. I think this is my large powder brush. Oh, and actually that reminds me, they had a limited edition blush brush in the collection. I think it was $7.99. It was a beautiful pink color. I actually was super tempted to pick it up, but I decided to pass it up, but it looked so nice. And it's the same Pro brush line. I'm just gonna smile. I'm hoping this isn't gonna like accentuate my pores, because sometimes shimmer can do that, but I love a good shimmery blush. I feel like it just gives like a nice glow and life to the cheeks. That's so pretty. You can see that glow when I kind of shift my cheek. It's like having a built-in highlighter and a blush. And these do remind me a little bit of the Milani baked blushes that have the shimmer in them, like Luminoso and the rose gold one, Bellini. This reminds me a lot of Bellini, except it's more coppery. With this blush, you could totally get away with like not wearing bronzer if you don't want to. You could also get away with not wearing highlighter. Because it has that golden sheen to it, it looks like I'm actually wearing highlighter, which is really nice. It's kind of like a 3-in-1 blush. I feel like it didn't accentuate my pores too much, even though it has that shimmer to it. I feel like it kind of just gives my face some nice glow, some nice life. I highly recommend this blush as well. I think it is gorgeous, especially if you have a similar skin tone to mine. I also think this will work well on like medium and deeper skin tones. I think it'll be really pretty. So I did put on a little bit of bronzer because I wanted to have like a complete face. So now I want to move on to the last two products, and these are lip products. I am so excited about these. Next up, we have the item I was like most excited for, and this is the Perfect Pout Lip Scrub. So there's two flavors. This one I had no idea was even in the collection. This is in Citrus Elixir, and I was a little bit bummed because they didn't have the one I really wanted, which is the Watermelon Scrub. They were sold out. I figured that would be like one of the first items to go. They were also sold out of the Primer Water, which is the other item I was so excited about. So make sure you like run to your Walgreens and look for the display because this stuff is going super quick. But I'm gonna try this anyway because I love lip scrubs. Like, I am such a lip scrub junkie. I go through the little pots of them so quickly. These are $3.99, and when I saw these I was immediately reminded of the Jeffree Star lip scrubs. He has like a bunch of different unique flavors. I think he actually also has watermelon. So his is called Velour Lip Scrub. I just looked it up, but his is $12. So this is like a third of the price, which is amazing. Oh my gosh, it's like legit orange. Ooh, it smells so juicy. I am so curious. Ooh, it feels hard. That's interesting. I'm wondering how this is going to be compared to other lip scrubs. Okay, let's see. Ooh, it smells really good. And it tastes good too. Always do a lip scrub after I apply foundation and before I apply lip products because my lips get so crusty. I have really dry lips and the foundation cakes up because usually I end up applying foundation over my lips by accident. This actually tastes really good, and I don't love citrus. Like, it's one of my least favorite flavors, but this is pretty good. Ooh, oh my goodness, this is like, the flavor of this is way better than I thought it was gonna be. Now that I've used it, I feel like I can give you guys my thoughts on it. I am like a super harsh lip scrub critic, believe it or not, because I've used so many. So my thoughts on this: I like that the granules of sugar in this, they're really like a decent granule size, so it's gonna really get in there and exfoliate your lips. And I do feel like my lips are very exfoliated right now. Like, all the gook is gone. And usually lip scrubs will leave stuff behind, and sometimes they don't work that well. Downside to this, and I'll tell you guys what it is that there's nothing like holding it together, if that makes sense. It reminds me a lot of the Lush lip scrubs, and I'll give you an example of another one. Okay, so like one of my favorite lip scrubs is the Chapstick Total Hydration lip scrub, and the reason I like this is because it's not so messy, because it's very like emollient and kind of liquidy. Like, it has like a moisture to it that keeps the granules together, and it feels more balmy going on, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like a scrub and it moisturizes at the same time, but this doesn't get off all the crap and foundation off my lips. So that's the difference with that. This, I feel like, does a better job at exfoliating. So those are kind of the pros and cons of it. I definitely would buy the watermelon version of this, and I think it works. Lawnmowers. Definitely buy the watermelon version of this because I think it works really well. My lips feel very soft and exfoliated, and I don't see any trace of like foundation. So I'm very happy with this. Just be careful because it is messy. It doesn't really have like a mold to it to keep it all held together, but it works very well. I got one lip gloss in the collection. I got the shade Featherless. There are 5 shades, and I wanted the other pink one, but I just decided to get one, and this one I thought would be the most flattering on me. It's like a peachy pink nude. So just so you guys know what I applied the Jordani Easy Liner in Rose Crush, one of my favorite lip liners, and the Milani Matte Innocent lipstick. So I'm going to take Featherless now and apply this. The packaging is so pretty. It reminds me a lot of like limited edition MAC packaging, so I'm really excited to see drugstore kind of step up their packaging, and it looks really high end. I'm very impressed, and it has a really nice flat doe foot wand. Ooh, it feels so smooth, very shiny and easy to apply. Does it have a scent? It doesn't really have a scent to it. It's pretty opaque, which I like. I would prefer opaque over a sheer gloss. Super pretty, definitely like a peachy color, but I feel like it goes so well with the rest of my makeup. It's not sticky, it's very smooth. I feel like it gave my lips a nice shine. It goes on like butter, like it's very smooth, and my lips felt amazing after this. Like I felt like my lips were like prepped and ready to go. So this is the final look using the Flights of Fancy collection from Wet n Wild, and overall I am very happy with everything that I got from the collection. I can't say there's anything I regret buying. I kind of gave you guys my thoughts as I went along. I really enjoyed the eyeshadow palettes. You honestly cannot go wrong with these. I'm going to keep on using them. I think the blush is stunning. Definitely a blush that I can see myself using on a daily basis because it has that like bronzy tone that I love. Love the lip scrub. It did an amazing job exfoliating my lips. They were like squeaky clean afterwards. I was super impressed, but my lips also didn't feel too like harshly scrubbed. Like sometimes it could be painful after you use a lip scrub. I did not feel that way at all, so I think this is amazing, and I definitely want to go and grab the watermelon one. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Wet n Wild Flights of Fancy collection. I hope I gave you guys a good review and kind of an idea about, you know, how this collection is. Even though I didn't have every single piece of the collection, I still feel like I was able to give a really good review. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first impressions, and I love reviewing Wet n Wild products. I hope you guys liked this. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below if you're gonna pick up anything from this collection from Wet n Wild. I would love to hear from you guys, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!